And we shouldn't be long. Murray is kind of doing something with her daughter with birthday, and then I believe Obi told me he was kind of sick, so we want to keep that in mind. But the first thing we want to do, I had Ryan just send out both the policies and procedures and the impact grant timeline for next year. I want to go over the timeline real quick with you. I hope all of you got a chance to take a look at it, because we'll need to vote on that tonight. Everybody get a chance to look at it?
Yes.
All right, Rashida, Carey.
Yes.
Okay, how about you, Murray? Hey, Murray. Okay, she's probably out of the bedroom for a second, but if
No. I'm still
Okay.
here. Yes,
All right.
sir. I did have a chance to
okay,
take a look at it.
what we want to do is just go over this real quick. The grants application process. We're going to need to vote on this real quick, but the grants application process will begin January 23rd of 2023. The public grants workshop will be February 16th. The grant application and supporting documentation deadline is March 17th. County staff initial review is completed on April the 7th. County notification procedure for disqualified applicants by April 9th. The application review process by us is from April 10th to June 2nd. And the reports in the grant review committee do their thing, and the awards are done by June 24th. County notifications of unsuccessful applicants, June 17th, public announcement of awards, June 17th, and grants distribution by June 19th. If we don't have any questions on that, we need to go ahead and vote on that and get this off of the ground. I'll take a motion to vote on this and get it off the ground, and then we can vote on it. Anybody? Anybody make a motion, accept it as it is?
Yes.
Okay, motion by Takesha, second by Carrie. Any questions or anything that we have on this?
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Show of hands. Okay.
Aye.
Okay, we're good on that. So the next thing I sent out to you, and I wanted to make this clear, this is the operation procedure manager. I hope you got a chance to look at this. We were in a critical situation on last month, and we didn't reach quorum. And we really need to understand the value of quorum. We know that we're meeting on the third Wednesday of every month, and it's important that we try to make these meetings. This was a very important meeting. This was a meeting reference to Mr. Burrows and the changes that he had made. We had a plan on meeting, I believe was that Wednesday. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ryan, it was on Wednesday. They moved the meeting to Monday, which put us in a situation where if we took a vote at that point, we would be in violation to the Open Meetings Act, simply because we didn't have time to notify the public. I need to get real familiar with the policy procedures about missing meetings and those kind of things, about quorum and the types of things that we need to do and understand as a responsibility to our role with the Local Development Council. These are important meetings. Sometimes we do absolutely nothing. Other times there are important things that we need to talk about, and we missed a very important time in your comment on the changes that Mr. Burrows had made. I, of course, testified to what I felt was the changes that should have been made. As you know, Mr. Burrows moved all the money from the school process and designated that money to certain organizations. My concern with that was that those funds should come through the grants process. I had a meeting with Mr. Burrows, Councilman Hawkins, Joy Russell, and myself, made that very clear that what we felt needed to be done with those monies, since you're taking it from the schools, is to move it through the grants process. Of course, he was opposed to that. And also the county exec sent a letter to him basically saying the same thing. And however, that was voted 9-0 for him to kind of give the funding to the organizations that he chooses to give them to. I still have problems with that and moving forward with some concerns that I have with that. He's got $3.4 million in his back pocket to give to grants, give to organizations that he chooses to give it to without any competition for those funds. I have a serious problem with that. And we'll make that clear and continue to make that clear. So that's where we are with that at this point. Now, I don't know what, Ryan, if you can explain this to me real quick. I don't know what happened with respect to the oversight. I think the county exec's letter was insisting on oversight through the local development council. And of course, that was my opinion and my testimony. So where are we with that? I mean, is it coming through the LDC?
All the fund expenditures, and we're still trying to flesh everything out, but all the expenditures that will be done with the multi-year spending plan will be overseen by Office of Management and Budget in the county. That was always going to be the case. And we'll make sure that every organization that receives any kind of funding through this spending plan will undergo the same kind of screening process that any organization ordinarily would once it receives prior to receiving this money. So there will be a measure of oversight to make sure that any organization that receives any money is above board.
Now in the letter that the county exec sent to Councilman Burrows dated September 30th, I mean, it reads as follows: potential applicants will be required to have operating budgets of at least $2 million to confirm funds are awarded to institutions that have the capacity to deliver services. Applicants who do not meet these goals can apply for the regular process. Moreover, this education funding pot can be incorporated into the current LDC grants process to guarantee awards in this category are subject to the same oversight as those traditionally allocated by the LDC. So we are not doing that. We're doing something different. Is that what you're saying?
Well, that was a recommendation by the administration to Councilmember Burrows, but prior to making any kind of changes, that was only a recommendation. So as of now, those details have not been implemented in any kind of way to anything really. However, Councilmember Burrows has maintained that he has no issue with maintaining oversight and making sure that any organization that receives this money is above board. And we're going to work with him to make sure that that's the case and ensure that the LDC maintains its voice and its maintains its voice to all of these deliberations.
Okay, of course, my testimony opposed that. I still insist and feel like money should come through the grants process, but I'll make my voice known with that and with some other avenues. But that's been my insistence, and that's what I testified. For those of you who want to listen to the testimony, you can go to the 24th, right around the 3-minute and 40-minute, 41, 42-minute mark. You can hear my testimony on that. You can hear what was said with that. So I would ask you to listen to that so that you can have a posture of where I was coming from with respect to that. And let's keep moving. So the next thing we have is we've got term limits coming up. If you remember the last time we did this, we lost 5 people all at the same time, and it created a bunch of turmoil, created a bunch of problems. I was kind of thrust into the chairmanship at that point, and we had a lot of things to take care of and get straight. Now, as it stands to date, at the end of December, we will be losing Miss Kimberly and also Sister Mary Hopkins and Obie Patterson, and we will have to fill those positions. Of course, Mr. Patterson's position will be filled by Senator Muse. But we will have to fill 2 positions, plus there are, I think, one more position that is not filled at this point, and we may have one more. So it might end up to be 4 positions that we will have to fill. And I've talked to Ms. Brewer about that, so she's working on some interviews that she's been dealing with. Don't know how that's going to come out at this point, but that's where we are. And just hating to lose Senator Patterson and Kimberly. This is heart-wrenching for me to lose these 2 people. And what we have decided to do, I talked to both Carrie and Toya, and I want to recommend Toya, Dr. Lattimore for the vice chair position and taking Mary Hopkins Navy's place. And also I want to recommend Carrie Mack as the vice chair. Did I say that right? Dr. Lattimore would be overseeing the oversight, the grant collections committee. And Carrie Mack will be the vice chair. So those are my 2 recommendations as to filling the seats, those 2 seats that are vacant, that are vital to what we're doing and what we're going to need to do from this point forward. I would like to entertain a motion on that, have some discussion on it, and then finally vote on it and kind of go from there. If anybody has any concerns, please, this is the time to raise those concerns. All right, do I have a motion?
Pastor Robinson, I make a motion that we accept the nominations that you've recommended with Ms. Mack as the vice chair and Dr. Lattimore as the grant committee chair.
Okay, second.
I second.
All right, Kim is second. All in favor? A show of hands. All in favor? Dr. Lattimore, you voting? All right, Senator Patterson. If you remember the last time, he was having a problem getting through, so he may still have a problem getting through. There you are. Your mic is open.
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
Yes, I vote aye on the said motion.
Okay. All right. So the ayes have it. So we, at the end of December, both Ms. Mack and Ms. Lattimore will be installed in those positions since we voted on it. And I really want to thank you, Murray, for all the help that you have given me on the sidelines, and you've just been a huge support, and I deeply appreciate that. Sorry to lose you. If I had my way, you wouldn't go anywhere. But sorry to lose you. Feel the same way about you, Kimberly. You guys, as you know, I would not have taken this position without you accepting the role of the selection committee chair, Kimberly. So I thank you for your support, and I know that I'll be able to depend on that even though you're gone. And then, of course, you, Dr. Patterson, sir, you have been truly a stalwart to me and helping me and stabilizing me in so many ways that you probably don't even understand. I deeply appreciate the time that you have put in and spent with us. We are looking forward to working with Senator Muse, and looking forward to the idea of being able to call on you, if you don't mind, to continue to keep us stable and buoyant. So we deeply appreciate both of you, and thank you so much, all 3 of you, and thank you so much for your time. So, but we do look to see you fulfill your last meeting, which is next month. So we're looking
Chair,
forward.
if I could,
Yes,
let
sir.
me just say that it certainly has been an honor to serve on this committee, along with all the excellent members that served on this committee. I think we've come a long ways from our first start. I think I've been on this committee for the last 4 years, I believe. But prior to that, when the legislation was being introduced in Annapolis, and in 2012, I believe it was, that piece of legislation was before my committee. But I just want to thank you for your leadership and say to the committee members, thank each of you for the wonderful job that you have jumped in and even sometimes when it probably was not safe, when COVID was riding high out here, we were taking some chances on getting things done because we felt that it was critical that we came out strong and provided a program that everyone could feel good about. And just thank all of you. And it certainly again has been my honor to be a member. And I like I was telling some other folks a few weeks ago, I'll be around.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Kimberly.
Thank you, Pastor Robinson. Dr. Lattimore, I am looking forward to working with you, transitioning with you over the next month or so. As Senator Patterson said, and as I told you, Pastor Robinson, I'm here in any capacity that you all need me. I'm a phone call away. It's been an honor and a pleasure to serve with this group and the previous group. Just the importance of the work that's done here and the difference that we're making in the community and continue to do so has just been rewarding in so many ways. Pastor Robinson, thank you for your leadership and your continued support of this body and advocating as such, both here and more broadly speaking, from a county level perspective. So appreciate your leadership. And Mary, you as well. Both of you now are my fellow neighbors, didn't realize it literally. So I have enjoyed, like I said, working with both of you. And I'm, like I said, I'm just a phone call away.
Yeah, all right. Mary?
Pastor Robinson, thank you for all that you've done for this committee. You know, I've had an opportunity to speak with you, and I've been able to identify your passion for the position that you hold. And the community is better for it because what you're doing it from your heart, and it certainly is appreciated. You're doing it for the betterment of our community. So I certainly appreciate it. I'm going to miss you. Senator Patterson, I'm going to really miss you. It's been, I guess we have like a 20-some year relationship of community engagement.
At least.
And at least, if not 30. So I'm definitely going to miss that. And Kimberly, you are a genius. And what you've done for this grant committee is unmatched. Dr. Lattimore, you have some big shoes to fill there, but I'm sure that Kimberly will be there to assist you and guide you along the way. It has indeed been my pleasure, but I feel good leaving. It's going to be fun to have some free time again. Once again, this is the last committee that I will serve on in Prince George's County.
Oh.
So yeah, this is it for me. I've served under the last 5 county executives, and I'm ready to go sit down.
I'm ready to go sit down too. I just got it. Shucks. But we do deeply appreciate you guys. And Kevin, you coming in a little late. We just voted to Dr. Lattimore will be taking Kimberly's position in grant selections, and Kerry Mack will be taking Mary Nader's position as vice chair. And so we just wanted to alert you of that. We're about to close out after we hear from Mr. Taylor and Ms. Ford, and then we'll go to recess. Mr. Taylor?
I don't have any comments, Pastor.
All right, Ms. Ford?
I have no comments either.
Okay, we want to thank both of you for hanging out with us this evening. It's always good to have visitors. And it's important that we hear from you, hear your thoughts about what it is you think we should be doing with the Local Development Council. That's important to us. And it's as constituents, and we are constituents, and demand that be recognized at all times. It's just important for us to hear from each of us so that we can come to a meeting of the minds and head in the same direction. And it's just important that we give you the opportunity to do that. And want to thank you for hanging out with us this evening. Kevin, you have anything you want to say before we close out?
Nothing really. So sorry I'm late. We had a delegation meeting that I ran over, so I'm just not getting out of the delegation meeting. So sorry about that, but appreciate the time. Appreciate you all.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You can come get your sign at the front of my neighborhood.
All right. If all hearts and minds were settled, if I was in church, that's what I would say. What we do like to do is have a motion to adjourn and a second, and we can spend the rest of the evening enjoying ourselves. Anybody?
I move that we adjourn the LDC meeting at 7:23 p.m.
All right, a second.
I second.
A second. Kevin, you just got here. I don't know how you can second. This.
Keeping it moving. Keeping it moving.
All in favor? All right, enjoyed you guys. See you later.
Thank
Night, everyone.
Good night.
See you at Bishop, Kim.
Good night. Thank you, Mary and Kim.
Thank you. I'm just reading the comments. Thank you. And Dr. Lattimore, I'm gonna call you.
Do that. Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, all right.